My name is Lav Patel. I'm a small business owner living in Edison since 2009.
What inspired you to stand for the mayor in Edison?
Our main thing is that we wanted to bring a transparency back to the government. Will be no hidden agendas, no backroom deals.
How would you describe your leadership in this entire thing?
We wanted to have joint hands with our community to bring down this crime issue. Even we wanted our children to have safer community with growth, with education. So we'll be having one-to-one interaction with communities, by town hall, by doing town halls and everything. We'll be having a cleanest and safest town ever.
Even though budget went up to like 16 to 18% from last mayor to the current mayor, even though it went up, still Edison is facing a lot of issue.
The budget is high. There was 120 billion bond taken for rebuild of infrastructures, parks, and other things. Again, that part has been not completed yet. They get more promotions. That's why if the jump is there, but we wanted to control that. Obviously, for another 3, 4, 5 years. So that way, at least we can control the taxes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of AmbiTalk by Ambigramy, where we connect our local voices to our local listener. I'm your host, Kish, and today we have a very special guest who is running for mayor of Edison in 2025. That's none other than Mr. Lav Patel. So please help me welcome Mr. Lav Patel. Before that, make sure to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon to get all the latest update about us. Good evening, Mr. Patel. How are you doing today?
Good evening, Kisan. Doing good, great.
Nice. So tell us about yourself briefly. Like, what's your connection to Edison, and what made you to run for the mayor in Edison for 2025?
So thank you, AmbiTalk, first of all, giving me a chance doing a broadcast for us. My name is Lav Patel. I'm a small business owner living in Edison since 2009. I started my business career in Edison, especially in Octree Road. I have multiple restaurants business currently. Plus, I'm culturally also involved with multiple organizations. I'm doing a culturally events also in Edison, bringing our food and culture from India for our generation and future generation.
Correct. So as I'm aware, you guys host Garba events and everything in Edison too to help our local community.
Yes, so we are the first authentic Garba introducer in 2013, named Atul Purohit, who is a renowned artist who is basically fully dedicated to only religious Garba. Mm-hmm. So we are the first one to introduce that religious Garba on the street in Edison.
So most of the work you do for Indian people. So so what inspired you to stand for the mayor in Edison?
So basically, I'm a community person trying to help different organizations since years now. Helping small and big senior associations also by doing fundraising, supporting them by giving sponsorship. If they want to go to temple for bus accommodation. We have done many helps in last couple of years. Even during COVID also, we have catered a lot of people who were not able to get food. So we have even given sanitizer and masks where there was very shortage.
So you try your best to help them.
As much as we can. Yeah. So in 2023, I got an opportunity to run for a council candidate, where I was screened in EDO organization. Like EDO is an organization, democratic organization of Edison, where I was chosen, and I was supposed to run on the line. Somehow I was kicked out from the line, and that's how I was started implementing in politics for running for a council candidate.
Do you mind asking me the reason why you got kicked out?
Some political agenda there was playing around, and nothing pinpoint, but they don't want us online. So me and along with me there was Robert Cantos. They were pulled out from the line.
Okay. So what do you think, living in Edison from last, you mentioned 15 to 18 years.
Yes.
So what do you think, what are the major issue Edison Township is facing? Edison, especially Edison
So first of all, Edison is a great town to live in. most of the Indian American community lives here because of education. Education is the
One
prior
of the best
thing,
education.
best education in the county. So most of them they live here because of education. Forget about the taxes what they pay, but taxes is not a separate. Education is a major concern for our Indian American.
Correct.
That's why they live here in Edison. That also brought me here. That future my child goes to John Adams School. Uh, he's also very good in studies, so I chosen North Edison because the school district is good in North Edison also.
Correct.
Even South Edison is also good, but I choose to live there so that he can get better education.
So what are the three major issues you are faced, like you see from last 15 to 18 years is Edison Township is facing?
So currently, I can tell you that safety is a bigger concern right now. In like last 4 5 years, if you see, safety is a big concern right now. There are robberies going on, thefts are being done for the cars.
Right.
So that's the biggest concern. Your seniors cannot walk on the street. Even I was to get my son from the bus to home because I don't want him to walk alone.
By himself.
Even though there was a daytime, we were scared that what will happen. So that's are the challenges which we are facing,
Right.
right? Apart from the taxes and everything.
Understand. I also there was also some issue was going on with the cannabis too. So what do you think about that?
Yes, in 2024, the current administration wanted to bring a cannabis. The cannabis is a state law which was passed for a couple years back, right? And that law says that cannabis stores should have 1,000 feet restriction from school, colleges, homes, rent areas, neighborhoods, parks, everything, right? So current administration wanted to bring down from 1,000 feet restriction to about 100 feet or 200 feet, which was coming nearby to school, and it will be easy accessible to our children. Though it was not legalized prior years, even there our children are facing problems in JP Stevens schools. Our children cannot go to bathrooms because they used to smoke cannabis or weed or pots in the bathroom, right? So even when it was not accessible, then also people were trying to smoke in the school, especially children,
And
right?
now you're just
And
planning
now they wanted to bring from
Nearby
1,000
the
feet to
school.
100 feet, right?
Right.
It was very easy accessible to our children's, right? Basically, and that will kill the mental health because our children are our future. And why we choose to live in Edison? Because of the education.
Correct.
So we wanted to fight for this, and that's why I took a stand that I have to fight for my children's rights and our children's rights. So I took a stand, and I'm fighting for a mayor.
So what you have decided, like if you get elected, what are the actions you're taking against these scenarios?
So I have a clear agenda. There is no more cannabis stores or growers or houses in Edison. Apart from Edison, they want to do whatever they want to in different towns, that's fine, but not in Edison. They wanted to see that they are getting a revenue, like $500,000 or $600,000 on the cannabis business. But I can see that that $500,000 is more. It's very less than our children's future.
Correct.
Right? We can conduct the $500,000 by cost cutting the wages, or even breakdown for the future contracts. We can cut down that amount and we can save that $500,000, and we cannot play with our children's future.
So I get that, but so what you gonna do about people bringing cannabis from different township or different town to Edison and start selling that in Edison?
So again, if there is a restriction by selling the stores, right? It is not easy accessible to our childrens. If they are bringing and they are selling to their elderly people, that is no concern. We wanted to protect our childrens to get easy accessible, right? Even though it's getting online. So, but our children are not exposed directly.
Correct.
Right? So that is not big concern. Concern is that opening stores nearby schools and residential area, that will be easy accessible.
Correct.
Even though they can get online, but that is not the kids were going directly to the stores.
How do you plan to stay connected with the local resident in Edison once you get into power?
So our main thing is that we wanted to bring a transparency back to the government. There will be no hidden agendas, no backroom deals. We wanted to have our town hall to every 3 months, that we can come there, we can listen to our community, what is their problems, how we can solve together.
Correct.
So we'll be conducting every quarterly a town hall, so that we can get connected, and we will be connected with the town.
As you talk about the safety issue in Edison, so what's your planning? What you are planning to
So
do for that?
the current administration has highest police officer in the history of Edison, which we admire, and we wanted to have them patrolling on the streets, right? Not on the desk. I can give you one good example. As a Edison residents, and I can tell you that a lot of our Edison residents, when they pass Metatron, right, they have small fear in their heart that I will
Everyone
get
is
ticket.
scared,
If you don't follow
The rules.
the rules, they will get ticket, right?
Yes.
So that fear is there in Metatron. That fear is not there in our Edison. If you see, when they come in the border, after crossing the border of Metatron and coming to Edison, they will speed up. They don't care of the speed up.
Crazy. They don't
They
care.
will
They
go
don't care
crazy,
about the rules
right?
then.
So again, that is also harmful for our pedestrian, because there are not roadblocks everywhere. So that is also harmful for our pedestrian, our seniors who are walking in summer, right? So there is no fear, and we wanted to bring that fear back. That at least cops are there, patrolling is going on. So that way it will help to reduce the speed, less accidents will be happening, and on top of that, there will be a scarcity. That is, there will be no fear for getting robberies or car thefts.
Right. So as you mentioned that they already have more police staff since ever. Right.
Yes.
Currently they have like more
Yes.
police staff. So what's your planning on that? Are you planning to decrease
So
that?
we
Are you
want
planning
no,
to
we
increase them?
will be not decreasing. We will be at least trying to increase more. But we wanted to deploy a major police officers on the street. We wanted
Right.
to have them patrolling on the streets where the safety is issue right now.
Currently,
Right.
so currently they are already having enough police staff, but still, so is that the management? They are not putting the enough staff
So-
out.
Yeah,
Or
there is no enough
what's
staff
the reason?
outside. If you see, there is no enough staff outside. If you compare to a Metatron or even Plainfield, right, we have highest officers. But though the officers are there, we don't see the patrolling or happily hourly or at least couple hours, right?
Correct.
There are dummy cars keep on there. We wanted to have original cars to be there with patrolling.
Correct. So, how would you describe your leadership in this entire thing?
So basically, we wanted to have joint hands with our community to bring down this crime issue. Even we wanted our children to have safer community with growth, with education. So we'll be having one-to-one interaction with communities, by town hall, by doing town halls and everything. We'll be having a cleanest and safest town ever. That is our motto.
So, let's talk about the development and improvement. So, as per current scenario, if you elect for the Edison mayor in 2025, so what's your future plan? Like, how you are planning to develop the township, and what's your steps for it?
So Edison is growing town. With the growing town, the responsibility is also growing. So we wanted to have, see, Edison is old town also, right? There are drainage issue, water issue was there. So we wanted to replace the infrastructure, which is there years, 80 to 100 years. We wanted to have that being improved. We wanted to have the sidewalks being repaired properly, where we can have our pedestrians and walk clearly. We wanted to have at least road blockers or even speedometers where the speed can be controlled by looking to the devices. So these are the few changes we wanted to bring down for our pedestrians, for our community, for our children, for safety reasons and else.
Some water problem going on too in Edison with the water is coming out so dirty and all the stuff. So, what's your steps towards that?
So the water was breakdown in nearby Woodbridge Avenue, right? Always the water will break down by getting a leak. So proper steps was not taken. We wanted to have that proper steps taken. Where it is needed, we can replace that pipes. We can replace that water pipes, the drainage systems to be repaired. So our ambition is to invest on infrastructure.
So, what does public service mean to you personally?
So public service, for me personally, it starts from our children to mid-age and seniors, right? We wanted to give better education. There is overcrowding issue right now in even South and North Edison. We wanted to work together with Board of Education, where we can have a land given from township or where else to build up nice school. But previous administration wanted to give something, but it not happen. Our administration will work jointly with Board of Education for betterment of our children, so that the overcrowding issue can be solved by building new schools, right? Again, for mid-age people after college and after studies, they wanted to move from Edison because they don't get that environment what the city is giving. We wanted to give them a mainstream where they can hang out, they can live with their parents. We don't want them to leave the parents here and go away from Edison. We wanted to bring that kind of environment as an IT that they can stay with their parents. And obviously our seniors have been deployed here. They have been rooted from Edison, and we wanted to do something for them for housing affordability, where they can have some tax break for housing authorities.
Understand. So bringing all this infrastructure and other things to your to the Edison at the same time, are you planning to raise the taxes up, or what's your planning with the taxes scenario?
So taxes, it is not the hand of mine that I will raise a tax or not. It goes by annual budgeting, right? Current administration is to have a budget of $175 million. Let's go back. When Tom Lanky was there, a two-term mayor, 8 years, the budget of township was 150 million. It got up to 16-17% raise in last 3 years, right?
Correct.
Which is very high.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to control that. So our method will be, we wanted to share the services by sharing services with different towns, neighboring towns, right? Let's give an example, like DPW. We have good equipments, heavy equipments. We can share the services for plowing or snow plowing or cleaning up the leaves, right? We wanted to share services of 911 dispatch services, where we can save money by deploying a 911 dispatch service from connecting towns. We can save money. We wanted to share our beautiful library, which is going to be renovated soon, right?
Correct.
So that way we can control on the labor part, and we can share services. We can get something to our town from neighboring towns. We wanted to share our services with the animal shelter. We already are connected with one town, but we wanted to give a major towns to take that benefit, where we can control the staffing.
Understand. So even though budget went up to like 16 to 18% from last mayor to the current mayor, so what do you think? What was the major reason behind it? And even though it went up, still Edison is facing a lot of issue.
Yeah, after even though the budget is high, there was 120 billion bond taken for rebuild of infrastructures, parks, and other things. Again, that part has been not completed yet. Even the projects has been not fully accomplished. The money is going away. The salary has been, they get more promotions. That's why if the jump is there, but we wanted to control that. Obviously, for another 3, 4, 5 years. So that way, at least we can control the taxes.
Understand. So there is also $120 million debt which Edison currently have it.
Yes.
So what's your planning towards that?
So the debt is already there. Current administration took 120 million debt, where the previous administration during Tom Lanky, the debt was only 30 million.
Correct.
For his
it's
administration.
A huge difference, like from
for
30
his,
million
for his
to
administration. So the carried forward was 70, and Mayor Lanky's administration had added 30 million. So it comes to 100.
100 million.
Now it is 220. The 120 has been added.
Correct.
That 120 has been added because it's a reckless spending. The projects, the contracts were bidded for, let's say, for example, I can give you South Edison Playground, right? Which was for sports complex, which was for 5 million. It is going up to 17.2 million and still not completed, right? There is a Tote Center. There is a Stelton Recreation Center, right? So there are multiple projects. There was a property which was taken for 12 million, which was in litigation. Still we are facing that issue. So that 120 million was wiped away like left and right.
Correct.
Right? We wanted to stop that. We wanted to stop that spending.
Okay, so being a small business owner, how would you support small business and local growth in Edison?
So business is also a part of a township where they can get revenue, right? As a small business owner, I have faced challenges by applying, zoning permit or even planning permits, right, which has been delayed for months and months. I wanted to have a small business owners as a partner of a township and not a roadblock, where they can get accessible access to get the permit resolved faster.
Correct.
I can give you an example. Let's say if you wanted to apply for a passport, they are giving you services, right? If you wanted to apply faster services, there is a service for that,
Correct.
which is there in additional money on that. We wanted to implement something like that where they can get an access to faster services, where they can get permits faster.
Correct.
So that way they don't lose their time period for building whatever shops or restaurants or their business.
Understand. So especially, I mean, as I know, so when you're building a restaurant, there is couple permits which you need to get approval from the township,
Right.
and in which you are paying the rent at the same time,
Same
but
time,
township
yes.
takes around like 2-3 months to just give an approval.
Right.
So,
So I have seen the projects which have been taken like 6 months or 7 months or 8 months, and where the small business owner who is trying to bring a revenue to the town, who is taking a risk, who wanted to generate, employee, he is taking risks, but he is still not help from the township. We wanted to have partner where we can come out and help the small business owners.
so what's your plan about bringing more small businesses towards Edison and get the local people more wages, more jobs, and
Yeah.
make them a more job available?
See, we are open to have small businesses coming down to the streets in Edison where they can fulfill their requirement, even though they can help our employees by taking the employees, so we can get a job creation. So this is our goal, that at least we can get more and more businesses to the town, and where we can get job employment resolved from our community.
So many people have expressed their concern about transparency in government. How is your administration is different than the current?
So currently, what is going on? Apart from that, our administration will work one to one with the community. We'll be having transparency from our administration. There will be no backroom deals. There will be no hidden agendas. Everything will be transparent. We are trying to resolve this transparency issue because we are against pay-to-play game. We'll be having town halls also, as I mentioned earlier, that we'll be having town halls where the issues will be also run down, right? We'll be listening the concerns for the community also. So there will be 100% transparency from our administration.
Outside of politics, what are the other things would you love to enjoy and you always like to do it?
So I'm a family man. I strictly believe in religion, which follows from back roots. Uh, Again, I want to help my community as much as I can. Right? I'll be open to everyone. My doors are open. Even though in past I have helped a lot of organizations, and still it will continue. Uh, if I'm also elected as a mayor, my doors are open. I'm ready to answer. I'm ready to support each and every community living in Edison. I can do my best to help them as much I can.
So what about as you already mentioned that you guys planning to host the town halls and everything, but what if someone have a very important concern or a problem that they don't want to wait until your next town hall? So what's the solution towards that?
So again, I told you that the doors are open. They can come anytime. There is no appointment needed to solve the concern. So they can walk. They can talk to me directly. We can work one to one. We can work with our administration one to one, and we will try to resolve the problem as much as we can.
Understand. So is there any specific message you want to give it to our Edison community or to our local people?
First of all, thank you all the viewers who are looking this. The major concern which I'm fighting for our children's future and for our safety, I'm urging everyone living in Edison who are registered voter can come out and vote in this primary, because every vote is important. If you are living in Edison, not living in Edison, tell your friends living in Edison to come out and vote, because your vote is your voice. And I request, please come out and vote.
Thank you so much, Mr. Patel, for sharing all your agendas and your thoughts about Edison, especially, and also if you elect as a mayor, what is the next steps you're gonna take, and what you guys are looking further with your team. So, also, thank you for sharing for that thoughts too. And also, again, guys, make sure you guys go out and vote. The early vote starts from 3 June to 8 June, and 10 June is the election day. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon so you get all the latest update about us, guys. Thank you.